Hey guys, welcome back to Dancers Doing Stuff. I am so glad that we are here on a special Sunday episode. This is going to be a really great episode because I'm talking with Taylor, and she is an amazing dancer, an actress, a photographer. She works at a fitness studio, she does marketing, like she really does it all. Plus, she's like really doing some cute like home DIY things during this quarantine, and that's literally all I've been looking at. I haven't really done too many, but today I watched a man build a closet from scratch in his home for an hour. And I don't even have the ability to build a closet here, but I still spent the time to watch it. So that is something that I'm very passionate about. So I'm excited to talk to her about dance, and we're going to be doing a really fun craft where I try and turn this cookie jar of delicious cookies that are unfortunately empty into something cute that we can use in the home. So before I bring her on, I just want to read her bio and of course hype her up and show a dance video because that is my favorite thing to do, and her reel is so good. She does street jazz, heels, hip hop, theater, like she does everything. So you're in for a treat. But let me practice my reading skills. As always, you guys know that it's something we're working on, reading. So, Taylor is a dancer, actor, and photographer living in Jersey City. When she's not dancing, she works as a marketing director and content creator for Jane Doe, which is a female boutique fitness brand. She's a graduate of Temple University with a BFA in dance and a BA in advertising, and is happy to report that she's doing both still to this day. She's signed with CESD for dance and commercial print and loves being both in front of the lens and behind it. So let's get this video. It is so good. I love it. Are you ready? Here we go. So good. Like, seriously, she does it all. So let's bring her in. Let's get a big round of applause. Ready for this? Yay! I know.
That is amazing.
It's like we haven't heard applause in so long that when you hear it, it's like, what is that sound?
Feeding my soul.
So thank you so much for being here, and look at your cute setup. Like literally your home is so cute. I'm obsessed.
Thank you. This is my little upstairs nook.
I love it. I love it. So let's get right into the craft. So I am using the wrong thing. What you're supposed to use is what you have, like a glass jar. And we've seen this like trend going around where you add baking soda to paint and then you like mix it up and then you paint it on some ugly stuff and it's supposed to make it cute for your home. So we're going to attempt to
Right.
do it. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason to how much baking soda you put in the paint.
Yeah, I think like the more baking soda, the more like chalky it is. I think it just depends on
Yeah.
how chalky you want it to be.
Yeah, I'm excited because
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier, I love these cookies, the little pirouettes, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
They're
Uh-huh.
so delicious, but I save all the tins because they seem too sturdy to just throw in the trash. It feels wrong. It feels like I'm throwing away like
I love a good
a
recycling
jar. Yeah,
element.
exactly. We're very
Yeah.
sustainable here. So I'm going to be
Cycle.
using some white paint and I'm going to add some gold to it to like maybe make like a beigey color. I don't really know.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try the same thing. I got white hair and some brown.
Okay, that's
So
probably going to work better because mine's a metallic gold and I don't think that's going to be
no,
the
that might be
move.
really cool.
We'll
That
see.
might
It's
be really
like it's
cool.
an adventure. I feel like some crafts are a hit on this show and then some are like a huge fail. Lately, it's been more fail than hit. But you know, it's like all about like just playing and being creative and not trying it to be perfect all the time, which is something that I
I love
feel
that.
we have a lot of pressure to do and I
I
hate.
love that.
Yeah,
I hate
so
it. I wish I could get into this like flow state more often,
right?
which is
Like
like
it's so fun to
that
just
creative state where
do
you don't care.
something.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
How's yours
This is
looking? Mine already looks bad.
coming like it's looking like a beige color.
I think I
I'm
need
doing
way
it in a
more paint.
mug.
I'm doing it in this FabFitFun nice bowl that I got in the mail like a few months ago.
I am obsessed with FabFitFun.
Oh my gosh, did you get
I
your box yet for this season?
Yes, I did actually, and I got a really cute basket tray
Ooh.
from some fancy designer. Apparently, like she's like really expensive. So these are the things that I would never buy on my own.
Yes.
And I love that I get to get them in the box because here's something I would never spend money on. So
Yeah,
like a little treat to myself.
exactly.
And I
I
started it this
forgot.
year.
Oh, during the pandemic?
Yeah, during the pandemic, I just started it. This is my fourth box. Like I need to
Ooh.
renew. But it's only like $200 for the year and you get 4 boxes and it's like
The stuff is
8
more than
items,
$200 total, like in a box. So I
way
say
way
worth it.
more.
Sponsor
Worth it.
us, FabFitFun.
Absolutely. I've given out so many of those starter boxes
Yeah.
to people and they all love them, at least from what I have heard.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm getting
same.
more of like a milky consistency here.
So mine is
So,
looking pretty just yellow, but I haven't added the baking soda, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do like 1 tablespoon of baking soda and just see what happens.
oh, I'm just going for it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I still don't think I have enough paint. So really, I mean, all we have to do is just mix paint with baking soda and then paint. So
Yeah.
it should be a low stress craft for us, but
I
also
love
something
this
could
craft.
go wrong.
Something,
Okay.
I mean, I could get paint everywhere.
True. That's usually what happens to me.
Right.
Okay, I think I need
I'm
more
like
baking
doing it
soda.
I'm doing it on like a box tray.
My
All
table
right, I'm
is
gonna
an
go for it.
old bench and an old headboard, so it's not even a real table that I have here. Hot behind the scenes tip for everyone out there. Oh, okay, yeah. So is yours when you mixed your paint, is it more kind of like clay-ish looking?
Yes, yes, but it's still got the consistency of paint. Like
Okay.
I
I think
would say
I'm
it's halfway
there.
between.
I
Yeah.
think I'm there.
And I think what you can do is keep adding coats. Like you could do 1 coat, 2 coat.
So smart.
Like this is a very vibrant blue, so I might have to do more than 1 coat.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going
But
in.
I think
I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Okay.
I'm going in.
I'm going in. Okay, well, it's covering pretty well. Soon it will be covering my pants because I don't have any good setup here, but this is looking pretty cool. Honestly, so far, I say a success.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm into it.
I do too. I'm into it.
Amazing. Well,
I'm into
while
it.
we paint this, I would love to hear a little bit about your journey with dance, where you grew up, how you started dancing. What is that whole journey like?
Okay.
Start from the beginning. What day were
Oh my
you
goodness.
born? What hospital were
Uh,
you born in? Just
September
kidding.
11th, which is not a great day. I know.
Yikes. What year?
I'm a Virgo. 1991. I was
Oh
10 when
my
it
gosh.
happened.
Same year. Oh wow,
Yeah,
that is a rough
I know.
birthday to have.
It's not a fun birthday. And I remember growing up, I used to have patriotic themed birthday parties, which was really cute. You know, I just I felt bad. So like I was like trying to be happy on the day that everybody was so sad. So
Oh.
um yeah, but you know, as time goes on, it gets a little easier. It's still a little bit sentimental, you know. But anyway, I was born September 11th. I grew up in Butler, Pennsylvania, which is a small town north of Pittsburgh. I always tell people just Pittsburgh because nobody knows where Butler is. And I grew up dancing. I started dance, God, I must have been like, I don't remember, like 3 or like really young. Um, I actually was born with a rare foot deformity called Morton's short toe. And basically, my hands are like feet, or sorry, my feet are like hands. So it's really hard for me to go up on full demi point because my first metatarsal in both feet is like frozen and abnormal and it's short. So it's like it doesn't move, if that makes sense.
No
So it's
way.
yeah. So I actually, it's really, dance is really hard for me. And growing up, it was really hard for me. And that's why I say that is like it was a struggle um going to dance and getting yelled at by my teacher who was extremely problematic now that I look back at it, and she'll never see this, so I'm not worried. But she was extremely problematic and traumatic to children growing up. I mean, it was a different day and age. You were able to say things that you can't say now, but um I took Shaketi, I took ballet and all of that, and my feet look like they're sickled at all times, like even if they're not. Like, I just remember getting yelled at for things, and I'd be like constantly reminding her, like, but I can't do that. Like, my feet don't do that. Like, I can't do that. So, that was a lot as a child.
Yeah, but it's
And I
amazing
remember,
that you stuck with it, even
thanks,
with
yeah,
that traumatic teacher.
it was, and like I wanted so badly to be good at ballet, and I wanted so badly to be able to do point. I never could do point, and but my feet just like weren't there. And that's actually what's funny is that there was a time I wanted to quit when I was about 12, and I didn't, and I'm so glad that I didn't. I stuck through it because I actually really enjoyed the dancing, just like at the core of it.
Hmm.
And what was I gonna say? Then I found my solace in like street styles and like when I was older, like when I went to school and when I was in Philadelphia, I really like found a love for the styles that don't really focus on your feet and how perfectly pointed your toes are. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
all about just movement. But that came later. So basically, I had a terrible experience, like growing up in high school dancing. The it was very competitive. It was really hardcore training. Um, and my senior year, I had a falling out with her, and I'm not gonna name names, but I had a falling out with her, and I had a really good family friend. Her name is Meredith, and she's like my soul sister, and thank God for her because I went to her studio, which was in Freeport. So like I had to drive a half an hour to go to dance my senior year of high school. I quit my dance school and I went to a completely different dance school my senior year of high
Wow.
school. and like started over fresh, over new. But I was so happy to be out of that environment. And she was like, Taylor, I will never forget this. She looked at me and she was like, Taylor, you have to go to school for this. What are you talking about? Like, I had expressed that I wasn't sure like what I was going to do, if I was going to continue dancing after school. And she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? You have to. You are meant to do this. This is you. This is what you're meant to do. So I credit a lot of where I am today to her because she was really helpful in fostering that in me. And then I auditioned for a few dancing colleges for their dance programs, and I went to Temple University. I got in and I got into their dance program, and I remember my dad took me there the first time. He was all scared because it was like, big city, North Philly, and he's a country boy. So I remember him being very scared of dropping me off. And I ended up going to Temple for dance. I It was like funny because I was like the underdog growing up in my dancing school, and I ended up going to school for dance and like still pursuing it, and here I am still dancing. So
Yeah.
and with my feet too, like it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because if I wouldn't have had that deformity, I wouldn't have known that dance was my passion, because I wouldn't have pushed through. Like I wouldn't have continued through all of that had I not had the foot deformity. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
realize, oh, dance is my passion. Dance is what I'm supposed to be doing. I love this so much. I will push through any type of adversity, So
Yeah.
I think it really like solidified things for me. And then, going to school solidified things for me too. And while I was at Temple, I fell in love with like the hip hop dance scene there. I was a part of the dance crew there, and they taught me a lot. And the dance scene in Philly is really great because people dance there because they love it, not because they're trying to make a buck. And there's a lot of heart and soul and rawness there. And so I learned from some of the best of the best, in my opinion. Fundamentals, house, whacking, vogue, locking, breaking, like all the fundamentals I learned. Obviously in school I learned all the fundamentals of modern and some African techniques. And Fundalai was the technique that they taught there. And yeah, I just learned the basics like composition and dance history and improvisation and all the things that you do when you go to dancing school. But the program is really modern, and I am not
That
a
wasn't your
downtown
path.
modern dancer. That wasn't my path. I was like, I don't want to not make money. No offense.
No, it's very true.
I mean, I love it. Like I appreciate it so much. I'm so thankful I went there. I appreciate the art form. But it's not for me. But I will say that it has influenced me in like my style, I think, which is valid and awesome. But basically I fell in love with the hip hop dance scene there. That's like what I really fell in love with. And then there wasn't really much theater. I wasn't in the theater program, but I also loved theater. So when I moved to New York, after I graduated in 2014 with a double major in dance and advertising, because I wanted to do advertising because I loved photography as well. This was a passion that developed over like from high school on. And I was like, I want to do something with photography, but that's solid in the job market. And so I picked advertising, which was funny.
Now is really smart that you did that, because who would have known that it would have been so important for us to be advertising ourselves on the internet.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, granted, I will say the program really prepares you for like being in an ad agency, which I was never going to do, because that's a full-time job that sucks your soul. So like I wanted to pursue dancing, so I was like, I need something that's like on the side. So I taught myself how to do all Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator, all of that. And my schooling did not teach me that. My schooling taught me the basics of advertising and marketing and like, you know, the design 101 and all of those things, which is great. But I really took it upon myself to teach myself the tools that I needed to have a side hustle
Yeah.
in that field. So I graduated, moved to New York, and kind of the rest is history. I mean, I struggled there for a bit, a couple, you know, as everyone does. I was a nanny. I danced with bar mitzvahs. I did, oh my God, I did like marketing, like promo modeling things. I did, oh, just some really cringy stuff, like to make money. And I finally found Jane Do in 2017, and I started off doing. I was teaching there, and funny story is, I go into my interview and I'm like, hey, you guys have really great branding. Like, I love your fonts. They're Slim Joe and Big John, by the way. Like, great font pairing choice.
Oh my gosh, of course you knew
And
the
they were like,
names of it.
what? Who are you? What's going on? And I was like, yeah, I do graphic design and photography and marketing and all the things. Like, here's
So
my
cool.
website and hire me if you need me. And funny thing, this is how the universe works. I was just done with a job in social media in for a restaurant, and I hated it. The guy was really terrible. I had to chase down my checks. It was
Which you already have to
not
do
good for
in
me.
dance, so it's like you don't want that in your side job too.
Oh my God. It was so bad. I was like nervous about losing that income. It wasn't very much, but like still nervous about losing that like solid income. And you know what? I quit, and within 2 weeks, not even, maybe a week, JC and Danny, who are my bosses currently, emailed me and and they were like, "Would you like to come on as our marketing director?" Yeah. And at first, I started off just doing graphic design and all of that, emails and things, and then it grew into more what I'm doing now, which is social media, photography, like anything that they need on that
Wow.
end of, the website. I'm basically like their in-house do it all girl because and if I don't know how to do it, I figure it out. And I'm very thankful for them and this job because they basically like support me and pay me to figure it out. Like obviously I came with a wealth of knowledge and expertise, but um I've become knowledgeable in Shopify and e-commerce and like Squarespace, like figuring out their website. And now I'm video editing for them. Like
Oh
literally we
my
have to do
god.
everything, right?
Yeah,
But
and
I
it's
feel
like
like it's
all those
such a
skills you can use for your dance career as well. So it's like that's the perfect, you're getting paid to like learn how to do things that'll help you in all aspects of your life.
yes. So and they are former Radio City Rockettes. And
Amazing.
yes, so they are go-getter dancer performers. They know the life and they're very flexible with me. Anytime I'm like, I booked a job, they're like, yay, we love you, go do it, and then also come back to us. so
Totally.
so very thankful for them. And I've loved being able to work for a brand that I that I do believe in the message. Like it's a women empowerment brand. Jane is every woman, do is her call to action. And the whole point is that we are helping women build their strength in the studio so that they can go out into the real world and do incredible things, which is where it really counts.
Wow.
So
That is so good. Oh my gosh, I love that journey. That's so awesome.
that's kind of where I am today, I guess. I didn't really talk much about dancing in New York, but I can elaborate on that if you
Yeah,
want
I
me
would
to.
love to know. No, I love everything you said. It was such a great story of your life. I could see it as like the rewind in the Lifetime movie.
Oh God. I don't know if you want that.
No, I'm sure it would be great. But I would love to know, like, it's always so hard to say whenever I ask someone like, what's your favorite dance opportunity that you've had or your dance job? I know that's such a hard question. So you can pick more than one if you have more than one, but I'd love to know like your favorite dance
dance opportunity.
experience. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like a paid job because I know sometimes the best jobs you don't get paid for, even though you should get paid
Absolutely.
always. But sometimes there are
Absolutely.
good reasons and it happens where you don't get paid and it's still good. But
Absolutely. So meeting Nick Kenkel was like the best thing to happen to me in my dance career. My friend Alex Eisenberg, who I danced with my final year of high school, who I met when I went to Meredith's dancing school my senior
whoa.
year. He was a dancer there. His mom owned the studio. We did the BDC summer professional semester in
Yep.
2012 together, which was we thought was so cool. That was like a full circle moment. And then he danced in New York a few more years and he moved to LA. But when I moved here, I think he was still here for maybe like 1 or 2 years. And he was friends with Nick and had done jobs with Nick. And he introduced me after class one day. And I think just that like connection of like the person to person, like we knew each other from home and all of that. And I loved Nick's style so much so that I continued to take class from him. And then he eventually asked me to do his BC beat piece. And that was the first time I like worked with him. And then ever since then, every big job, like dance job I've had has been with him. And I'm very thankful
Wow.
he's like taken me under his wing. And you know, I care about him as a human. Like we're friends. I love him dearly. It's much more of a relationship than just like a choreographer dancer relationship, which I'm very grateful for. And it's just really blossomed over the years. And so I have to say my favorite dance job opportunity was given to me by him, and it was The Bodyguard last in 2019. Oh my God,
I
what is
can't
life?
believe
What is
it
time?
feels like it was literally last year because it was
It does.
this whole
It
past
does.
year feels like it was just like it wasn't real. It's still March 2020 in my
It does
brain.
not. It does not feel weird or does not feel real. But that was my favorite job, and it was uh, the the cards fell so into place, and I felt like I had manifested it, and I actually truly believe that I did because if you know Rob Coglatori, I don't know how to say his last
Yeah,
name
I know.
properly. Sorry,
That's
Rob.
that's my biggest fear whenever I was so
I'm
glad. I was
always like
like, Taylor Green. I know how to say that. I know how
easy,
to say it. I get so because I don't want to offend anyone, but I know who you mean.
but you know
I
Rob.
think you
He
said
I
it well. I think you
absolutely
said it right.
okay. Okay, I think I did. I love him dearly, and we had actually done SNL, which again was another one of like the biggest highlight reels of my life. And I remember we were on set like holding each other's hands. We were really into manifesting with each other, and we closed our eyes. We were on the set, and we were like, we are gonna manifest a show, a Broadway show, and Nick's gonna be the choreographer, and we're gonna do it together, and like this is gonna happen. And you know, at the time, I'm like, ha ha ha, whatever.
Yeah.
So fast forward a year, I auditioned for the show. He texts me and says, "Hey, love you so much. Um, you know, we need to work on your singing, but you're on my backup list." And I'm like, "Thank you, love you so much. Thank you for the feedback. I know. Uh, thank you for giving me the opportunity." You know what I mean? I didn't expect to be
Right.
booked. And he's like, "You're on my backup list." So time goes on, and he calls me after I had booked a trip for my fiance's 30th birthday to New Orleans and says, "Hey, a spot opened up. I need you in the ensemble." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Okay, you need to give me an answer like today." And I'm like, "This trip plan, like what am I supposed to do?" Blah blah blah. And of course, like that happens once in a lifetime. You take it. You always take the
Yeah.
opportunity that happens once in a lifetime. Ooh, excuse me. You can always go back to New Orleans. Like you can always travel to wherever you need to travel to. But you know, when Nick Kenko calls you, you do it.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do, right? So I was like so excited. It was my first contract. It was at North Shore Music Theater. You know, my first professional theater. thing, but it was commercial dance. It's, his style was very commercial in the
Yeah.
show.
I love that about his choreography. It's like street jazz meets theater. I took him a lot in ProSem, and I haven't matched up in my work schedule to be able to take him for so long, and I need to get back in his class. I love his
Yes,
stuff.
let's take together. He's so fun.
Yes.
It's Whitney songs, right? It's like freaking the best. I mean, it's not like the greatest show ever written, but not everyone can be Hamilton,
Right.
right? But it's got the most incredible songs and the most incredible fun like performance. Like it's so a show that I would want to do. And funny thing enough, like I'm talking to Rob like a couple weeks later. I'm like, hey, I'm leaving for the Bodyguard. Like, if we want to get together and do this dance thing, like, we should do it before this date. And he's like, oh, yeah, 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 cool. Like, I'm so happy that you're doing that. Fast forward a little bit more, we're doing pre-production, and I see an email, and it's the people that are, we're going to do the pre-production with whoever is in New York that's doing the show. And Rob is on the email.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Did
Did
we
he
just
didn't
manifest
he
it?
didn't know it when you first said
No,
it before?
he got added later. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I lost my mind. I was like, if you don't believe in the power of manifestation, actually visualizing yourself doing things and like putting small actionable items every day, small actionable steps to get you closer to that goal, like you're crazy. Like it happened.
Yeah.
I literally watched it happen to me and him both. And we did a show with Nick. Granted, it wasn't on Broadway, but it was a professional theater show. Like what?
Yeah.
How much
Was it
more
equity?
on the head can you get than that? What did you say?
Is that theater? Is it like an equity show? Like, oh
Yeah,
my
it was equity.
gosh, that's like
I was
that's basically the same thing. No, but it's close.
I was on a non-equity contract, but still, it was incredible. I mean, it was it was an equity show.
That is so cool.
It was so cool. I remember him and I just that was, and that's why I say it's my best experience because first of all, it's my first professional experience, so I learned a lot, like in theater.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about how everything runs there. It's a whole different ball game. And singing and dancing and learning my harmonies and props and it was a theater in the round too. So,
cool.
coming in from different stages and angles and all the things and meeting all the people there, this is why I love theater because there's so many people involved and you get really close to everybody, like the costume people, the makeup, hair people, like everybody is so awesome and just everybody wants one thing to happen. Like everybody's working towards a common goal. And it's just so beautiful. Like when you're done, when the curtain drops or whenever you're taking your bow and like everybody's clapping, it just like makes you want to cry. Like the energy
I just
created
got chills
is like
thinking about it because it's been so long. It's been so long.
It's been so long, and I crave that feeling, and I hope that everyone can feel that feeling again because it's truly unlike anything in this world. So,
well, on that note,
that is my favorite. So that's what I have.
I mean,
to say about that.
That's a pretty good one to have.
Yeah, it still makes me cry to think about it. Like, I don't know. It was just like the best energy, and then COVID happened, and then I was like, great.
Literally, when did you close that show?
It was quick. It was a really quick contract. It was only a month.
Wow, so and then it was like right before COVID.
And then I got engaged. So like I came home, I got engaged within a week.
Which, congratulations. Crazy. I know it's old news, but like everything is like extended now because of COVID. So like, yay, we can still celebrate.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm planning a wedding. So that's been fun. That's happening hopefully in October if all goes well with COVID.
Who knows? It's like a mystery. Weddings these days are just a mystery. You never know when
They
they're going to
truly are.
happen.
They truly are. And it's been kind of, a little bit stressful just thinking about all
Yeah.
that, but it's been, for the most part, pretty cool. We just signed our contract for our rehearsal dinner yesterday, so
So
we've been
fun.
getting we've been getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, and then after that happened, then pretty much COVID right after that. So,
Yeah. Oh
but
my gosh.
I'm very grateful to have had that experience. It definitely was one of the peak experiences in my life, and I will never forget it. And I will just try to probably keep chasing that high,
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's once things open up. I mean, theaters are supposed to open up, I guess, 33% in April, I think I heard, or something like that. Some
Yeah,
stuff, it's happening. So, like, we'll get there. There'll be more
we'll get
shows.
there.
It's going to happen.
There'll be
How
more
is
shows.
your bottle looking? This is
Um,
actually not so bad. I think it's going to need another coat after it's dried,
it's
but
cute.
it's not as
Yeah,
ugly as I thought it would be. I'm
it's not.
impressed.
It's coming off though. Like where I'm holding it,
Yeah.
it's like definitely a chippy situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Um,
Maybe I need to I think I need to let it sit because the more I was
yes,
brushing it, the more it was starting to move around and not stick.
yes,
I think that's
yes.
the key.
The key, I'm just gonna let it, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, just let
probably do
it.
one more coat.
Oh, it
I'm gonna
looks
let it
cute
sit.
though. It matches the little area so well.
Right?
I love it. You could get some of that
Got a
dried, what is that, those dried
pampas,
grass that are very in right now?
the pampas grass.
Yes, that would be so
Yeah,
cute.
I'm doing some of that for my wedding. Some pampas grass.
Ooh. Ooh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
bet your
excited.
Pinterest boards are gorgeous for your wedding.
They're
Oh my god.
they're on point.
Oh my gosh.
They're really good. Follow me, because like
Yes, I will.
the
I
more the
love
merrier.
Pinterest.
The more the merrier. Take my ideas. Who cares? It's all
I love
an
it.
inspiration to everyone, right?
Amazing. Well, it is time for our first game. Ready? All right. I love it. I love it. So, this game is one of my favorite ways to just get to know people because you really learn quick how someone's brain works when you do a would you
Oh
rather.
God.
So,
Okay.
these are kind of random. I'm just going to pick one of each color and just see what we get. I always try and shuffle them up because I feel like I've gotten a few multiple times, but let's see if I can get a new one. Okay. Would you rather always smell like cheese or have a swarm of moths for hair?
Always smelly cheese.
Yeah, I think
Cheese.
so.
I love cheese.
Yeah, and not all cheese is bad.
I agree. I would love to smell like a, you know, like a manchego or something.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be cute.
Yum. I'm here for that. And then it would just it's just all of it's better than moths for hair. 100%.
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay. Would you rather have your speech replaced with the singular word sausages or have to spend every other month walking around naked in public?
For the entire month?
Yeah, every other month. So you wouldn't even be able to
I would probably
escape
take the naked.
winter.
I would do the naked one,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't want to say sausages, sausages, sausages to everybody.
It would be
You got to
hard
be
to
able
book
to
any jobs where you had to speak.
exactly. And I don't, being naked is whatever. It's fun. It's all in good fun.
Especially if it's a year like this past one where we were just
Right.
home all day.
Absolutely.
Ooh, okay, last one. Would you rather have to wear an itchy sweater every day forever or have everything you touch catch on fire?
I mean, I hate itchy sweaters, but I have to go the itchy sweater route because if I set fire to everything I touched, like my fiance would be really upset because he is like a fire marshal. We
Oh my
jokingly call
gosh.
him the he's not an actual
Oh.
fire marshal. We jokingly call him the fire marshal because he's very adamant about like candles being blown out. Like there's actually a
Fire
running joke in my house.
safety is very.
Yes, I will light a candle and he will come and blow it out. And I'm like, I'm sitting here in this room with this candle. I'm enjoying this candle. And he's just very concerned
Like, I
about
get it
fire.
if you're not in the room, but if you're in the room, I think it's probably okay.
Me too, thank you. He needs to hear that.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, amazing.
yeah.
Well, we already talked a little bit about your passions outside of dance, but I would love to hear more about like your photography and how you got into photography. And let me make sure I have our Green Machine images. I would love to hear all about that
Yeah.
because your photos are gorgeous and then you take gorgeous photos of yourself. So that is such a great skill to have. I'm just obsessed. So
Oh,
tell me all about
thank
it.
you. So I started taking photos on my little point and shoot camera. Like, remember those?
Yup.
Uh, Actually, no. I took a photography class in 10th grade, I remember. And I did this like I had a really hard ass teacher. I remember her. She was like too cool for school. And I think like nothing,
Ooh.
she thought nothing was like great. And I took this one picture of some jewelry and I like did a graphic design composition of it. Like I overlaid it with other photos and whatnot. And anyway, she like thought that was so good and it like won like the art show award. So
Ooh.
I remember thinking I was so cool and I was so good at composition or whatever because she thought I was good and she was like a hard ass. So um I kind of took that confidence and I have always felt like I had a great eye and I'm very like detail oriented. That's just part of my MO. Like I know I hate when people blame things on their astrology, but I'm a Virgo sun and my Mercury is ruled by Virgo. So I'm just super like detail oriented. So I notice things that other people I think don't. Um, and it actually is my detriment too, because it makes me too much of a perfectionist. And so my creative flow sometimes can't come out because I'm too like, wait, that's not perfect.
Mm.
So I can't put this out into the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on from 10th grade, I started taking pictures of my friend. I remember my friend Elizabeth, who is actually in my wedding. We took pictures of
Fun.
her in this tutu and point shoes and like crop top on these railroad tracks.
Ooh,
And
edgy.
they were so edgy, but they were like viral back, not viral, but like back in the day, people were like, wow. Like I remember
Yeah.
getting a lot of good feedback on them, basically, which meant like lots of comments on the Facebook photo.
Right, right. It's crazy that
um,
like we used to post so much on Facebook and now it's like I never go on. It's only for like a place where my parents' friends like get grumpy about politics and
absolutely,
I'm like I
absolutely,
miss the bumper
absolutely.
stickers and all the albums of photos and the videos you would leave on
I'm
people's wall.
I miss MySpace. I miss what's the one before that? My Living Tree. I miss them all.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I remember people were like, "Wow, like these photos are great." And she looked great in them, and so that probably helped. And then I think from there I like kept taking photos of people and I bought my first DSLR. I think I want to say maybe like senior year or something, and then I just continued to take photos and edit and like post and people were like eventually hiring me to take their engagement photos. Can you still hear me?
I can. Did your headphones
Okay,
die?
I think they're starting to die. If
No,
so,
you're still good.
I'll just come off of the headphones. Um, and then uh people started hiring me and I started charging like what, like $50 or like $25. And then from there I just kept taking photos all through college of people, lots of dance photos, lots of headshots. And so I kind of became specialized in like headshots and dance shots because I'm a dancer. So like I know when the toe is going to be pointed. I know when
Yeah.
the legs are going to be in the full extension, and I can help you with posing and help. I feel like I understand as a dancer, I understand, yeah, posing better. I can tell
Yeah.
you how to facilitate the pose. Like if I'm saying coupe, or like, a person who's not a dancer wouldn't understand what that
Right.
means. So I think that became my strength. And then, yeah, after when I moved here, I started taking pictures of food because I was working in the food business. I was working in restaurants, so
Yeah.
started loving taking photos of food. That was actually amazing because I ate the food.
Yeah.
And then I started taking pictures of like my bosses in my job now, which is a lot of fitness and a lot of merch shots, you know, behind the scenes at events and things like that. So pretty much in any situation. And then I really started getting into some studio photography a couple years ago. And studio lighting is a whole other beast. It's really difficult, and I'm still learning. I'm always learning.
Yeah.
But I loved, exploring, taking portraits. I think right now my favorite is like portraits and
Hmm.
like movement and dance, cool, artsy portraits.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love making people feel beautiful, and I like making people feel confident and like gassing them up behind the camera, like how you just hyped me up. Like I love, you know, my favorite term of endearment is bitch. So like
Love it.
when someone is giving me fierce lines or fierce face or fierce whatever, I'm like, bitch. And I think
I
that
love
helps
it.
people like really feel sexy and powerful and
Yeah.
beautiful and like
It is like so
so
important because I know like just being on the other end of it, like anytime I have to get my pictures taken, I always get like so nervous. And I think as dancers, we're so hyper aware of our body and how, you know, it changes and on all of that stuff. So it's like so much more important to hear someone like hyping you up, especially if you're not like feeling your best. Like that is like so scary. And I feel like I never know what to do with my body in pictures. I always feel crazy. So it's good that you're a dancer on the other end instead of just like a photography guy who like is like, yeah, that looks cool, jump, whatever. Like, you know, so that is probably so, so helpful to be able to understand both worlds.
thank you. Yes, I think that's where my strength lies there. I've had too many photo shoots where like I've gotten the pictures back and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like he didn't notice that like my leg is completely bent in this shot. Yikes. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, for me it's more about like making people feel comfortable enough to bring out their true self and to
Mm.
bring out their most confident version of themselves. And I think I do that really well. Like I may not be the best photographer in the world. I know I'm not. I know I'm not the greatest technical person. I don't have the best gear. I don't know all of the best lighting techniques, but it's all about connection for me and connecting to the person and making them feel comfortable and also creating something together.
Mm.
It's not just, the photographer taking pictures. It's them you guys are creating something together. So,
Yeah, it's a collaborative thing. That's how it should be. It's not just like a transaction. It should be a good experience for everyone. I love that.
yeah, and like I always get so nervous before a shoot. Like I had one on Friday and I always get so nervous. I'm like always like, imposter syndrome. Like, am I good enough? Um, I'm not good enough. What do I think I'm doing? Why am I charging this person money? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it always ends up going well because it's all about being present, right? If you just like ruminate about like the future or like you're so scared about what's going to happen, you're never going to be like present in the moment and like actually allow the create the creative flow to like kind of flow through you. So I've been practicing that like in my life, just being truly present and not getting worked up about things because like it is what it is.
Mm.
And
If
like
2020 has taught us anything, it's that things are not in our control.
Absolutely. And it's going to be what's going to be. And like, I think creatives need to really hone in on that because creative flow comes when you are present, when you are truly like just listening to your breath or like actually paying attention to what's happening. That's where the inspiration comes from, never from all the amount of planning that you can do, you know, like
Yeah.
it always is in the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be better with that because I feel like I stop my creative uh, flow and juices a lot of the time because I am so analytical and I like a plan and I like to know exactly what's going to happen, but there's no way of knowing what's
Yeah.
actually going to
Ugh,
happen.
I'm the same way. It's
Right?
like, you can't put it all in your planner. It's not, you can't control it.
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Well, on the deep side of things, let's get into. Let me get my little. It's time
I
for
love
our
it.
second game. It's not really a game, it's more just. It's a game because we don't know what we're gonna get. So I'm gonna randomly pick one from each color and then we'll see. Sometimes I veto. Veto? I said that's so weird. Veto. I don't know what the right way to say that is.
Veto. I say veto, I think.
Veto. I've realized that I might have a bit of an accent that I didn't know I had from editing these podcast episodes. I say some weird things sometimes and I'm like, where did that word come from?
We all have it. I have a regional Pittsburgh dialect for sure. Like you won't hear it, but then sometimes you'll hear it. It'll
It
come out.
slips out.
And
Yeah, like I would never say I have a Boston accent, but then some words I don't even
mhm,
realize I say them and then I listen to it. I'm like, that's not how you say that word. Why did I say it like that?
right.
Oh my gosh.
For
Okay.
me, it's win. I say win sometimes, and I'm like, where
Oh.
am I from? The South? Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is interesting.
I know. And there's a whole Pittsburgh thing. It's like the way we talk up, and we don't say to be, we say needs verbed. So I'd say my hair needs cut, and like
Really?
yes, and nobody told me that that was wrong in my whole childhood.
What?
Yeah, because it's a regional thing. So everyone in Western PA says a needs verbed instead of needs to be verbed. So like needs the
Whoa.
dishes need to be done. We would say the dishes need done.
I've never
I
heard that
know.
before. That
I
is
know.
wild.
It's wild and it sounds really country when you think about
Yeah.
it. But like when all of the really highly educated adults around you are saying it too, like
Yeah. No one in
it's not like
school
an
would like correct it or.
no. I didn't learn until I was with Ben, my fiance, and he was like, "What did you just say? Like, excuse me?"
You
And he
forgot a
like
word.
won't. He was like, "You forgot the to be. Like, the to be has to be in there." So
Oh my gosh,
yes,
I
things
never
like
knew
that.
that.
I know, right? Now you know. It's
Wow.
a
The
Pittsburgh
more
thing.
you know.
The more you know. And so I think sometimes things like that come out in my speech as well,
Hmm.
like in my, just grammatical errors. It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine, you know. Okay, so pick a color and we will see what we got.
Blue. I'm gravitating towards the blue.
Ooh, okay, this is a deep one. You went right for the deep one.
Of
What is
course.
one thing you regret having done or not done in your life? So I guess just
Oh my
one
God.
regret. That is deep to start with. These are kind of crazy, some of these. I'm excited.
Have I done or not done?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you can pick one or the other. You don't have to pick two.
I truly don't have a lot of regrets. The only regret I would probably have is not spending more time with my Aunt Julie, who passed away in 2018. She was like my mother, super close to her. She's my kindred spirit. She's my person. And I mean, I spent a lot of time with her. That's why we were so close. But I just mean like I wish in hindsight I wish I would have never left her side, basically. Like I wish
Yeah.
I spent even more time with her if I knew that this time was gonna get cut short. You know what I mean? But again, I don't really have any regrets in my life. I feel like me, moving to New York and pursuing my passion like every day kind of feels like I am living a non-regretful life, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I feel like I try to do everything that scares me because I don't want to have regrets.
Yeah.
Um, and every day I try to do a little thing that scares me, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But like I feel like for the most part, I'm pretty good at doing that and putting myself out there. But yeah, I think if I had to pick something that I regret, it would be not like calling her every single day of my life or something. Like I just
Yeah.
really miss her, and if I live a full life, I'll have to wait another, hopefully, 60 years to see her again, and it just feels unfathomable. Like it feels so far away, and if I could go back, I would spend way more time knowing that she would be gone so soon. So,
Yeah. Uh,
and I just want to say it is like a very big accomplishment for me to get through that without crying,
yeah.
but
That
I'm
is really
very proud of myself.
impressive. No, yeah, no. That was of all things to pick,
Yeah,
that's clearly the right answer. Yeah.
I just think like grieving has losing her has been the biggest challenge of my life. Um, and grief has taught me so much about my life, and I actually think that like losing someone close to you is, once you do, you become part of like a big group, like a it's like an insiders group that like someone who's lost someone, and everybody understands, and you just get it. Like you just get life on a deeper level. Like the only thing that truly matters at the end of your life is the relationships that you have with people. Like none of it matters. Like why am I
Yeah.
getting so frustrated that I'm not getting a job or booking a dance job, or why am I getting so frustrated that I don't love my body, or I don't love how I look in this costume, or I hate my hair, or like I'm getting frustrated because that person's booking a job and I'm not, and like that, none of that shit matters. Like
Literally.
literally, the end of your life, the only thing people are talking about is how you made an impact on them and how you made them feel,
Yeah.
and the love and the relationship that you had. And she taught me that, and that I feel like is a cheat code to life. Like it's like a, what's that called, the the wrinkle in time, like
Yes,
that
yes.
that is that's like a cheat code. It that
Yeah.
if you can understand that, like you're good to go.
Yeah.
Then you can continue like living and loving people, and spending time with those you love, and doing what you love, and not worrying about anything else, because truly none of it matters.
Yeah. Literally. Ugh.
so so yeah, I mean, I feel like as terrible as it is, it also is taught me so much that I feel like I'm truly living my life differently now,
Mm.
and
Wow.
in a good way,
Yeah.
in a
Ugh.
good way, because we get so down on ourselves as dancers, performers, right? Like artists in general, we get so in our heads.
About
We
the
get
tiniest
so
things that like you said, it really at the end of the day does not matter.
it doesn't, and we shouldn't waste our time being upset about it. It's just like we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
We really don't. And every opportunity that you take, like every job you say yes to, every person that you say yes to, every opportunity you say yes to, like it has to light you up from the inside. It has to be on fucking fire in a good way. Like, don't waste your time doing anything that doesn't make you feel that way. So I think like that has really shifted for me, and COVID as well. Like COVID has helped shift that thinking for me as well. Like slow down, be present, love the people that you're supposed to love, right? Give them extra love, and then also only say yes to things that make sense. Cut out the fluff, cut out the fat, like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like that this year, and then also the grief that I'm experiencing has just really taught me a hell of a lot to, before age 30.
Yeah, seriously. Wow, that was like, ooh,
So,
that's the sound clip right there. That's the clip. I love it. Okay, next color.
orange.
Do you believe in ghosts? Ooh.
Oh God. Oh God. We don't want to go down this
I
rabbit
know.
hole.
I've been watching Nancy Drew, the CW version show, which I didn't know existed, and it's like full of ghosts, and I'm like kind of scared now. But we asked the question, so here we are.
Ish. I believe in the other side. I believe in spirits. I believe in the spirit world. I believe, um, I guess what I think I believe is that ghosts are like spirits that don't know that they're spirits. So they're kind of like hanging out in limbo. They're like hanging out in this dimension. And, maybe they have a bone to pick with people or they don't. I don't know. Like, I've had some ghostly experiences for sure, like moments in
Oh gosh.
specifically in one, I actually with Julie, my beloved aunt, who passed. She took me to Stratford upon Avon in Canada, and we stayed at this really like creepy hotel, like bed and breakfast moment. And uh, I vividly remember I was young. I was probably like maybe 10, and the room, like I saw the light switch go down. Like I watched it flick off without doing it.
Oh god.
Is that, yeah, like and so there could be so many explanations for that, right? Like, I don't know, maybe the switch thing
Was like
malfunctioned,
malfunctioning,
or
yeah.
I don't know, right? But we were in a creepy place anyway, and the light went off. And then like I was freaking out, but like I turned it back on and everything was fine. But at that moment I was like, "Oh my God, it's a ghost. It's a ghost." So
Oh my god.
that was my experience with ghosts. I was creeped out, and
Hopefully it was just like a nice ghost that was like, it's time for bed. Go to bed early. Like that's what I'm
right.
going to choose to believe. Because
Absolutely.
I'm going to
It's
have
too
nightmares.
creepy. Yeah. But I'm not good with like, I don't love haunted houses or anything. Like
Yeah.
in Philly, there's the Eastern State Penitentiary. You can like stay overnight in it. Like if you really want to creep yourself out, like
No, thank
hell
you.
no, I will not
Yeah,
be
no.
attending that. Absolutely not.
Not
So,
not for me. I can like hardly watch like Riverdale scares me. So like this Nancy Drew show is like a little like if I watch it at night, it's like it's kind of over for me. I'm like I sleep like with the blankets over my head like so that if a ghost comes, I just won't see it at least. Like it'll take me in with
absolutely.
my eyes closed.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
not
okay. You're
wishing
safe.
ghosts. I'm not wishing ghosts in this house. Please don't come.
I
Okay.
do not claim any
Yeah.
negative energy.
No. We do not. You are free to do what you want, ghosts, but just don't bother me. Okay, next question.
Purple.
What would you like to change about yourself? Ooh, you got a lot of deep ones.
Oh my God. Yikes. Holy moly. Did we mean like physical or mental?
I think it can be whatever you choose.
Well,
It could
first of
even be
all,
like you want to trim your hair.
oh, Well, I would like to grow a bigger booty. That is a goal of mine, even though it's nearly impossible because I don't have a butt, and
I
that's
saw
the
your
thing that I have
post
to do.
about your jeans. Shout out to anyone who has some good genes.
Oh,
Not
I need to
genetics.
share
You need your
both.
genes.
I need to share all the suggestions because I got some really good suggestions. I'm gonna try them all and
Oh, I
see
love
like
it.
what happens. Uh, but yeah, I have a really weird shape. Like, and you know what? I used to hate my body, which it's something we all I think struggle with. Like, just loving the skin that you're in and
Mm,
loving your body because it is working hard to get you through really tough times, right? So we should love our bodies because
mm.
they are amazing. It's a struggle, and it stems from a lot of things, but specifically I would love to change, like, to have like more of a booty and like a smaller waist bigger booty ratio because I kind of have the opposite, so it's really hard for me to find jeans that fit. Like, I fit in the waist and then it's like too big in the legs or vice versa. It's a crapshoot. But
Oh my
what I
gosh.
would love to change about myself, like in here, which
Uh,
I'm working on, is my all of my like my walls where I block my creative flow. Like, there are so many things I think about that I want to do, and I don't do them because I'm like, I gotta do this, that, and this, and I have to schedule that, and I have to do this, and like I just like let it get away from me, and I don't know
mm,
why I do that because like why why am I procrastinating so much on that? It's
yeah.
because I don't think it's going to be perfect, so I procrastinate it. I'm like,
Yes.
I don't want
Oh
to
my
start this
god.
because I know I'm never going to like make it perfect. So
Yes.
I would love to change that part of my
I'll take that
personality
as
so that
well.
I can,
I'll take that as well.
yeah, so that I can like do more and I could like, actually produce the things that I think in my head because why not? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're still good.
Oh, perfect, because I think one headphone died.
Now
But
you're
if
just
one is still
lopsided.
going, then we're good.
Yeah, you sound great.
But
Okay, last
but
question
yeah,
of these. What is your
sure.
culinary specialty?
Oh,
An
goodness
easy one to end
gracious.
it out.
Hold on though. I just started really cooking more during quarantine. I never have been
Ooh.
the cook. Ben was always the cook. But I make uh what have I been making that's really good? Oh, meatballs. I make
Oh,
really bomb meatballs. And
nice.
they're homemade, and yeah, I can make. And my boss JC actually helped me with the recipe, and she's really good at cooking, so I learn a lot from her. um yeah, so I make really good meatballs, and then also I've been making these potatoes, which I can
Ooh.
send you the recipe. It's from this IG account, which you should follow immediately. It's called Catherine Once.
Ooh.
It's a chef. He's from Canada, and he has his wife, like, she says what she wants and then he cooks it, and he is so good, and I've learned so many things just from watching his Instagram videos. And he makes a one pan potato where you put like the oil and the butter in the pot with it, and you boil it down until the butter and the oil like go into the potato, and then you like caramelize the potatoes at the end, like, so it's all in one pot. You like boil it down, and then
Wow.
you crisp the potatoes like crazy on the bottom, and then I can't eat potatoes any other way, so I make that really well too.
Oh my gosh. That sounds like the best meal ever. Oh my gosh. I definitely need that recipe.
Meat and potatoes, you know.
Love it. Okay, so our last question is what brings out your most creative self?
What brings out my most creative stuff? Well, I would have to say uh being in nature, um dancing. Like, I feel like dancing helps bring out my creativity. Like,
Mm,
actually getting into that flow state is like me just literally putting on music and like moving.
mm-hmm.
It's like a form of meditation for me, and I think I can come up with really good ideas. And then also being in nature as well. So like just walking or like smelling the air or like being by water. I think water is incredibly beautiful creative energy for me. And the sun, obviously, just like being in nature and moving, I would say, helps me
Mm,
be my most creative self.
I love that. And where can people find you? How can people connect with you? What is the best way to reach you?
Yes. Instagram, DM me, anybody. I will talk to anybody, ask anybody. I love chatting with whoever. Green Machine, it's at GREEEN, so three E's. Um, you can also hit me up on my email, taylorjanegreen@gmail.com, or
Yes.
my website is taylorjanegreen.com.
Awesome.
Um, and then yeah, my I think, oh, you
Oh yeah,
switched them.
we've got the other one too. We've got Green Machine Images.
The
Also, make sure you
photography
check that
Instagram.
out.
Check them out. Check out Jane Do at JANEDO. If
Nice.
you want some cool fitness classes, they rock. Um, and you'll always see me behind the scenes there. And yeah, hit me up anytime. I'd love to meet all of you and chat.
Yay, definitely. And definitely check her out. If you need dance pictures, if you need any sort of stuff, talk to her about everything. She makes really funny TikToks too. What's your TikTok? I forget. I feel like your
Oh,
TikToks
my
are
TikTok.
so fun.
Thank you. I love TikTok. I'm like literally a TikTok spokesperson. Don't even talk to me about TikTok. I go to TikTok University every night. I scroll and I have class, and that's where I learn everything that I should have learned
Amazing.
in school. It's at Taylor Jane Green. Same thing, TaylorJane, the color green. And just
Nice.
be aware, I'm pretty political on there. Just something to be aware of.
Yeah, I think this audience will be into your political views. So,
Yeah, I hope so. I hope
yeah.
so. I do also like some DIYs and like some just fun dance video stuff too, but I have I've polarized a couple of people that I love, and so just to be
A warning.
cognizant of that. Yeah, a little warning.
Amazing. And then if you would like to follow the show, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube, Essentially Haley, and definitely check out the Dancers Doing Stuff Instagram. I'm still slowly rolling out episodes and pictures and things from all the past episodes. And oh, let's see. That looks really good.
I
I'm
know.
like very impressed with this bottle. That looks like
Me
really
too.
one of the TikTok ones. Like, you look
I know it
professional.
needs more. It needs one more coat, but
Yeah.
like I'm impressed.
Mine definitely
Yours looks
needs,
great too.
well, up close, it's very patchy. But I think it
Yeah,
could
but I
work as
think that's
something.
the good ceramic vibes. Like I think that's like the whole point of it.
Yeah, I think one more coat and it'll be like there.
Love it.
Amazing. Well, if anyone tries this, definitely tag us and let us know how it goes for you. And definitely keep in touch. Find Taylor on Instagram. And thank you so much for being a guest. This was so fun.
Of course. Thank you for
And
having me. It was awesome.
yay! Okay, everyone, have a great night.